Hi everyone, and welcome to Squirrel Pie Productions, my podcast about knitting, spinning, and sewing. My name is Tommi, and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Dynamite Trio. You can find my hand-dyed yarn company, Moonstone Dye Works, at moonstonedyeworks.com. Welcome to episode 45 of my podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to any new viewers, and a big welcome back to any returning viewers. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time with me today. It is a nice and sunny but really cold Friday in November here on the Northern California coast, where I'm coming to you from. Today is the day after Thanksgiving here in America. I hope you all had a nice, happy, relaxing, and yummy Thanksgiving. Happy late Thanksgiving to you if you did celebrate. We do have a Ravelry group for this podcast that is where you'll find the show notes for this episode and all previous episodes. And in the show notes, you can find links to everything I talk about here on the podcast. And if you haven't found what you are looking for when you go there, definitely message me and I will tell you where to go. So yeah, the Ravelry group, go check it out and join it if you have not yet. And that is pretty much it for all the admin stuff this week. No knit-alongs going right now, but we've got some in the works. So, and I love a knit-along. I'm not going to keep us knit-along lists forever. I'm going to get right into the knitting this week because what I'm wearing is my first FO. I have finished my Mount Pleasant top, and I'm in love with it. It came out so well. So this is the Mount Pleasant top, which is a pattern by Megan Nodecker, and I knit this in Greenwood Fiberworks, their Yakety Yak base, in the Paper Roses pink colorway. Got it. I used just over one skein. I have the, second skein here, and this is it in the cake. And I, as you may be able to see, barely broke into this second cake at all. So I have almost a whole skein left of this yarn, which always bums me out a little bit. I love using all of my yarn for a project. But hopefully we'll find something to use this in. I had this one single skein in my stash for years and could never figure out what to do with it, and I finally found this top and wanted to use it, so I was so excited. So now I'm kind of back to where I started, except to have a top to show for it, so that's awesome. So let's show you the top. It is a crop top, but on me, it turned out to be a little longer than a crop top. I'm really short. I'm like 5 feet tall, and I do not have a very long torso. So it came out longer than expected, but it's okay. Still love it. So let's see if I can make this happen. Okay, so this is what it looks like on. I am wearing it over a black dress, and as you can see, it kind of looks like a normal length top. It doesn't really look like a crop top. I was kind of expecting a little more of that action, but it's okay. I still really like it. So that's the front. It's got these tiny little sleeves, which I really like. There's the back. And there's the tour. You started off with this pattern with the cast on at the bottom hem, and then you do this beautiful lace hem that I really love. And then you work your way up, and you work your way up, you split for the sleeves once you get there, and then work the front and the back flat, and then join up at the top, shoulder here with the 3-needle bind off. I love a 3-needle bind off so much. It's one of my favorite shoulder seams for a garment. And yeah, the sleeves are almost nothing. You pick up and work this little bit of 1x1 rib. Same thing for the neckband. And it was really nice and quick, and it is done, and I'm so happy. The fabric that this yarn created is really nice, really light and airy and drapey. It's not terribly warm. It's a wool yak silk blend, so it's really drapey, really shiny, and it doesn't really feel that woolly to me. It's a superwash merino wool too. But it's great as just like a little kind of layering piece to throw over a dress. I'm really, really happy with how it came out and how it feels. It feels really nice to wear with the silk content. So I am very happy with how this turned out. I knit this thing on, I believe, a size 5, US 5 needle. And I would definitely recommend this pattern. Like I said, it is very nice and simple and easy, and you just get a really beautiful result at the end. So I have another top in my wardrobe, and I really, really love it. So I'm wearing it over a dress right now, and I think that's probably how I'll wear it. I have not tried it with pants yet. Like I said, it came out longer than expected, and I don't generally wear tops that hit right at the top of my pants, which is where this top would hit. I'm generally a longer top kind of girl. I like tops to either go down to my hips or even a little past my hips, like tunic length. But we'll see. I'll experiment with this. I really like it. I love the color. I think it's gorgeous. So yay, I've got my new Mount Pleasant top off the needles and ready to go. So now onto whips. My first work in progress this week is a pair of socks. I have been working on my Whiskey Bent and Hellbent socks, which have been living in my Fat Squirrel Speaks project bag with my pizza, a little happy pizza. And I had one finished last time I showed you, so here is my first finished sock from that pair. And this is Lollipop Yarns in the Whiskey Bent and Hellbound colorway, and I love this colorway so much. Here I am on the second one. So I have knit the leg, knit the heel flap, and heel turn, and I just, not too long ago, picked up for the gusset. So I just have to work down on that, and I'll be on my way with these. I am knitting these a little differently than normal for vanilla socks. I usually do a 56 stitch count, but with these I'm doing a 60 stitch count. This is a really, really thin sock yarn. It's much thinner than what I'm used to working with. So what I did is I went down a needle size than what I usually use. I usually use a size US 1. I'm using a size 0 for these. So I went down a needle size and went up in stitch count, and it's creating a really nice dense fabric, which I really like. Yeah, they're coming along nicely. I knit on these all day yesterday for Thanksgiving. I feel like these colors are very Thanksgiving appropriate. And I am using my Chiaogu mini interchangeable set, which I love. My new favorite sock needles. I absolutely love them. And this is what I have left of the ball. So this is not much, but I do also have these two skeins in here from my originally frogged socks from these. So I'll probably be breaking into those. This is my little leftover ball from the heels. And these are pretty fun. I like them. I am kind of getting a little bored with them though, honestly, so I will be done with them pretty soon. The first one that I had knit, I've tried it on and it does fit a teeny bit short in the foot, so I may or may not go back, rip out the toe, and redo it. I don't know, we'll see. I could use probably an extra, like, I'm going to say like 2 or 3 rounds before I started the toe for it to fit like really perfectly comfortably, but I'll probably rip it back. I'll probably do the second one perfect and then count how many rounds I did and then redo the toe on this one. We'll see. That's a little more effort than I like to put into my socks, but I should do it because I know when I'm wearing them, if they're a little bit too short, I'm gonna notice it and I'm gonna be like, oh, I should have fixed it. So we'll probably fix that. We'll see. And there's my toe. It's the rounded toe with the Kitchener finish that I love to do. And those are my first pair of vanilla socks. My next project are my Mama Lukers. I made a little bit of progress on these this past week, not all that much. I'm thinking about these right now. So this is the Maya's Mama Luker pattern by Maya Carlson. It's a free pattern on Ravelry for knitted underpants. And I've been working on these for a few weeks. I am using Moonstone Dye Works, which is my hand-dyed yarn company. in the Natural Merino base and the Lady Soul colorway. And here's where I'm at right now. I've got the waist ribbing done, and I've gotten a little more progress done on the body of the things, if that's what you want to call them. So it's pretty much just stockinette with this side panel of 2x2 rib. I've done all of the hip increases that I am going to do. They fit really great so far. So now what I have to do is figure out how long I'm going to knit the body of these things straight down before I start the short row section and then the crotch and the legs. So the pattern tells you to knit for about, I think it's like 5.5 inches or something like that before you start that stuff. But I feel like, because what I'm doing is sizing down in the pattern was written for one size, but she gives instructions on how to size down on your own. And so what I have to do is figure out how long I want to knit this stockinette part before going on to the next step. I feel like I should not knit it as long as the original pattern calls for, since I'm making a much smaller size, but I'm not sure how long I should knit it for. So I'm thinking I'll probably go on, I think I've done, what is this, about 2.5 inches right now. I might go another inch or two, maybe, I don't know, maybe to about 4 inches. I might just wing it and see. So I am just kind of in this stockinette place with these, and they fit really, really nicely. I really like them. Cannot wait to wear these. So I am knitting these on a size US 1.5 on my carbons, not interchangeables, just my carbons. I'm doing a magic loop because my cable is too long. My other option is a 16-inch, and they just bunched up way too much on those. So this is a really nice and easy project so far. I am enjoying it, and I cannot wait to wear these things. I can't wait. So this is living in my fanciful Nightmare Before Christmas project bag. And my next project that I've been working on is so exciting. So exciting. So this is another Fat Squirrel project bag. And I've got my Even Flow cardigan in here. And check it out, you guys. I am done with the body. And I'm so excited. So here is a close-up of the stitch pattern for the body. It's an all-over stitch pattern. I'm using slip stitches and kind of a cable. You kind of cable your slip stitches over every few rows. And I did some one by one ribbing at the bottom and bound off. Now all I have to do, so this is the inside, this is the front, all I have to do is pick up around all of the edges and do a big fat, I think it's stockinette collar around the whole thing. It's really thick, really fat. I really like it. And then I'll do the sleeves, and then I'm done. So this is being knit out of Socks That Rock, medium weight by Blue Moon Fiber Arts. And this is the rest of one of my little cakes. And this is in the Bittersweet colorway. I really, really love this yarn, and I really love this color. And I'm knitting it mostly on a size US 5. I went down to a size US 4 for the ribbing, which the pattern did not call for. Usually I do go down one size for ribbing on garments, on most things when there's ribbing actually. The pattern didn't call for it though, and I thought I'd be good and follow the pattern and not change needle sizes for the ribbing. But I started feeling like it was going to do the thing where it flips out on its own. And I know there's two good ways to help prevent that from happening. One is go down a needle size. Two is make a long ribbing section. So the pattern called for keeping it the same needle size and having like I think less than an inch of ribbing at the bottom. And so I I changed both those things because I felt like it was starting to do the thing where it flips out, which I know is going to get fixed in blocking too, but I feel like a lot of times when you do a really short ribbing on the bottom of a sweater, even when it's blocked, it still can flip. And I did not want that to happen. I like a longer ribbing anyway. So I did go down a needle size to a 4, and I did probably just a little bit more ribbing than the pattern called for. Not a whole lot more, but just a little bit more. So hopefully that helps. We'll see after I block it. And yeah, this thing is really nice and long, which I really, really love. Right now from the armholes, it's about a little over 19 inches to the hem. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with it so far. I'm gonna hopefully be picking up for the collars soon, and hopefully I can get this thing done and ready to wear. This is gonna only be my second cardigan I've ever knit. I've so far mostly only knit pullovers, and it's weird because I like wearing cardigans way more than pullovers. So I'm really, really happy to have another cardigan. And the first cardigan, the one that I have currently, is my featherweight, which I do really like, but it doesn't fit that well. I really think, for me and my body, with a cardigan, the raglan shaping for the shoulders is not the way to go. That seems to just fall off. It seems to just like move back as I wear it and just want to fall off. Raglan shaping for pullovers is totally fine for me, but I think I've pretty much decided that I'm not going to knit any raglan cardigans anymore. I do really like the set-in sleeve. Not like a sewn-in set-in sleeve, but the kind where you pick up stitches and do like a short row cap shaping and go from there. I think that's my favorite sleeve style. Possibly. But anyway, I am so happy to be getting going on this. So I didn't say it before, but this is the Even Flow cardigan by Joji Locatelli, and it's a fantastic pattern. I loved working on this part of it. So I am done with the slip stitch pattern now for good for the cardigan, but it was so fun to do. It was a really nicely written pattern so far, and I'm excited to get moving on the rest of it. So that's my last work in progress this week. That is what I have been working on, and it has been awesome. I did do a tiny bit of spinning yesterday. I almost forgot about that. Right? On Thanksgiving, I did a tiny bit of spinning. I worked on a little bit of sock yarn that I'm spinning. So hopefully I do more of that this week, and I will show you next week what I was working on. I really hardly did any, but it was really fun. So hopefully I'm slowly getting my spinning mojo back, because I would really like that. I'd really like it if I got my spinning mojo back. Let's make that happen. Come on, trio. Okay, so that is it for that. I will talk now about shop update stuff. So that's for Moonstone Dye Works, which is my hand-dyed yarn company. You can find a link to it down below. And I'm going to be having a shop update tomorrow, which is Saturday, November 25th. And tomorrow is Small Business Saturday, so I am going to be running a coupon code for 20% off everything in the shop all day tomorrow. And that is going to be SHIVER is the coupon code. So use the coupon code SHIVER for 20% off everything all day tomorrow. Small Business Saturday, November 25th. And then at 9 a.m., there's stuff in the shop now, so that'll be on sale already. But at 9 a.m., I'm going to be adding everything else that I have dyed this past couple weeks to the shop. And I'm going to show you some of it now. So excuse me while I grab my yarn. Okay, so here is a sneak peek of everything that's going to be in the shop tomorrow. I have got, okay, so first, I'm going to introduce my new base, because I got a new base for the shop, and I love it so much, and I hope you guys too. It's so awesome. So this is my new Polworth DK base. Yes, it's a DK weight yarn. It is 100% superwash Polworth, and it is nice and thick and bouncy and squishy. I love it so much. I think you guys are going to love it too. It's It's wonderful. I'm so happy with it. So this week, the only colorways that I'm going to be having on it are my Christmas on Mars colorway. And this is my first holiday colorway that I introduced a couple weeks ago. So this is Christmas on Mars on Polworth DK. And I am going to have it on a few other bases, regular bases as well. Here it is on Stellina sock. And the other colorway that I'll have on my Deep K base is my other new holiday colorway. And that is Frostbite. So this is Frostbite on Polworth DK. And this is Frostbite on BFL sock. And again, I'll have Frostbite on several different bases that I normally carry. And I really, really like this new colorway. I love how it came out. It's purples and blues and pinks and like kind of champagne-y beige kind of colors. I really like it. So this is Frostbite, new colorway. And then I'll have some Moonstone dyework. I'll have some Moon Age Daydream. And then I will have a couple new colorways. This one is called Waxing, and it's a really kind of warm-toned gray. It's like a stone gray. So this is Waxing, and then I will also have this other new colorway that I created called Crescent Moon. And this is a neutral speckle, and I really, really love it. So that's pretty much everything I'm going to be putting up in the shop tomorrow at 9 a.m. All of these colorways will be available across most of my bases, so check that out if you're interested. That's going to be at moonstonedyeworks.com, and don't forget to use the coupon code SHIVER for 20% off of everything. So I hope you can make it. I had a lot of fun dyeing these new colorways this past week, and I really, really dig that new base. That Polworth DK is amazing. It's very squishy. So I am going to move on into favorites. So I made a couple of yarn purchases recently, and I'm super in love with it. I discovered a new yarn that I had never heard of before, a sock yarn called Mondim, and I instantly fell in love with it. So this is one skein that I got. There is the logo. It is super cute. And this is Portuguese sock yarn. And isn't it gorgeous? Look at that marl. Oh, I love it so much. So it is 100% Portuguese wool. Sock weight. It feels amazing. I love it. And I am totally okay with knitting socks that do not have nylon in them. It's not a concern for me. I'm not worried about it. I am totally fine with 100% wool socks. So that was the first one I got. And then this is the second one. And their colorways for this yarn are just freaking beautiful. So many of them are this like marl stripe. I love it. I love it so much. So I found this yarn on a Portuguese website called Retro Rosaria. Retrosaria. I think that's what it's called. I think that's how you say it. Maybe it's Retrosaria. I'm not sure. But I'll have the link in the show notes. And it is a website. I believe it's in Portuguese, but you can do an English translation. And they ship to the US, and they have so many colorways of this yarn. And these are the two that I settled on, even though I loved all of them. And it's really reasonably priced. So this is 100-gram skein. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it really wasn't that much. So check that out, because this yarn is beautiful. I cannot wait to knit socks with it. This is just adding to my queue of socks now. I already want to knit like all the different kind of socks ever, and so now another vanilla sock. My next vanilla sock is definitely going to be this one. I fell in love with both of these colorways on the website. And when they arrived, I fell hardcore in love with this one. This one I don't love as much as I did on the website. But this one, oh yeah, I love those colors so much. It's got mint green and pink and white and gray and mauve. It's just perfect. It's just so perfect. So I'm super excited about this yarn. Again, this is Mondim. It's 100% Portuguese wool, and it's fantastic feeling sock yarn. I cannot wait. I mean, it feels like a commercial sock yarn. It feels like a Regia or something like that. And it's 100% wool. I love it. I cannot wait to knit socks with this. I'm super excited about it. I was about to say, I think when I'm done with my curtain socks, I'm going to cast these on, but of course I said that last week about all those other socks I want to knit, so we'll see who wins out in the battle of what socks I knit next. I don't know. So that is it for me this week. Those are my favorites, my brand new yarn, my new shiny yarn that I'm super excited about. I hope you guys are having a great week. Like I said, I hope you had a great holiday if you celebrate. I hope you're having a great long weekend too. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet to be kept up to date on future videos. Check out the shop update tomorrow if you're interested. Everything's going to be on sale. It's going to be super fun. And I will see you all next week. Have fun and stay awesome, guys. Bye.